Hey again, besties. So this video is going to be a little bit different from my usual Saturday videos. I kind of wanted to just make a checklist of sorts for the add-ons that currently exist for Scarp, and also talk a bit more about the recent update for Scarp. So pretty much, I'm also kind of doing this as a preparation for my own Scarp Let's Play series, which you guys all said that you were totally down to see, so that will be coming soon. I don't think there are any major mods that I'm going to be doing any reviews on, at least within the next week or so. So probably the next Saturday video will be the first LP video. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are as well. But with this video, it kind of serves as both a guide to some of the add-ons that are also available for Scarp. It's also a reminder to myself on what add-ons I need to add still to my new save for my Scarp Let's Play. So, as always, the links are going to be in the description, and if you're interested in seeing my Scarp series, which will be launching pretty soon, then be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because it really helps the channel a lot. Especially if you've been enjoying these videos, don't forget to like. This channel has grown a lot faster than I thought it was capable of, and I really have you guys to thank for that. So to start off, I just wanted to add that a number of Scarp characters that were once add-ons are now part of the core mod, and that includes Jessie, Juliet, Jasper, Jade, and Tristan. So if you're used to having to download a mod for that, you don't have to do that anymore because the wonderful Lemurcat has combined them all into Scarp for you guys. So you don't have to download separate mods for these NPCs anymore, just to get that out there. So the mods that I'm going to be talking about today are add-ons that are completely separate and that are created by other mod creators aside from Lemurcat. I remember reading a lot in the forums, especially on Reddit, about Scarp as a standalone, at least in the past and before this update, about it not really having a lot of content, and that's totally not the case anymore. If you've seen this recent update, you saw me play around with it a little bit, and I know I didn't really dive very deep, but if you saw it, then you'll know that there's probably quadruple the amount of NPCs and just things to do in general with this mod now. So, although I think that Scarp as it is a perfect standalone mod, this is just to enhance that. I kind of just like to have extra. I want to have all the add-ons. I want to have all the things. So before I dive into these add-ons, I want to just go over some of the changes to Scarp because I don't think that I went over it in that previous video that I made. So as I just mentioned, all of those above characters were migrated to Scarp and are no longer a separate download that you have to put into your game. There were also several new NPCs added, and their names are Keanu, Dale, the Hart family, Corwin, and Luma. And I don't think I've met the latter two. I haven't actually. I know that in my main save, I actually did run into Keanu. And on my new save, I ran into Dale several times. So another change is that Jasper is no longer staying in the museum apartments. He has his own house in Scarp now. So we did look at that in my previous video. And there's several non-social NPCs, and their names are Stella, Kennedy, and Captain Rod, which I have yet to meet. And I actually was playing around in the options, and I saw that you can have the option to make them friendable or not friendable. So I want all of my NPCs to be friendable, so I switched that on immediately. And I actually had a question about this with my last video, and it turns out that the abandoned mine entrance has been removed. So yeah, I actually peeped that in my last video. It was replaced by that area with Tristan's grave on it. So that should be very interesting. I don't know if there are plans to put those abandoned mines back in, because I was always very curious about it, but I mean, we will just have to see. So another change is that a stall is set up so that Jessie and Ideen can sell custom crops and other assorted wares. I keep trying to catch that shop, but I guess I keep going to East Scarp on the wrong days on my main save. So, I hopefully would like to catch them during their shop being open because I want to buy some seeds. So the next change here is that 4 seasonal forage items have been added. So it's 3 different types of feathers and sea glass. And I believe the sea glass came from Fellow Clown. And there's a new trash item, which is cherry pits, and they go into the recycling machine. Oh, that's interesting. If the mod is installed mid-playthrough, the first time you enter the Scarp map, it will unlock a new introduction conversation topic for Scarp folks. Now, I don't remember seeing that. I don't know. I didn't get that. But I will check again, definitely. So there's a lot of map edits. As you guys saw in my previous video, the map is just completely edited. It's a lot more floral and a lot more pretty. There's more quests and special orders, which I am so excited for. I'm obsessed with special orders. The one thing you guys have to know about me is I love quests, I love special orders, and I love bundles. So I'm thrilled to hear that there's more quests and special orders in this update. And the overworld map is now seasonal. And I didn't realize that it wasn't seasonal before. But it's not done properly for Stardew Valley Expanded. Okay, well, we'll see how that looks. So there's a config for custom music. Scarp Crossing map is now a bus stop. Same location without Stardew Valley Expanded, connecting to Lore's Road with Stardew Valley Expanded. Okay, I think I might have missed that. I might have missed this bus stop. I didn't see that. Added the Zuzu Suburbs map with 2 shops. And yeah, that's the Joja Metro Mart and Thrift Store, which we did see. Added Mount Evermore map. Added compatibility with Central Station. And there are some new farm animals. So we did see the Golden Pheasant and the Void Goat. There's also a new config for the Nyapu's portraits, which I don't really use those, but I think they're really cute and I probably will use them in the future, like with another save. Tristan's hair has been reworked. I have never ever met Tristan in any of my playthroughs, so I don't really know what he looked like to begin with. Added an unlockable hat item. Enabled platonic 10 and 14 heart events where relevant, no inherently romantic events. Changed Oliver and Josephine's arrival to fall first and removed requirements for their events to expedite their storylines. You know, I always felt like they took forever to show up in the game, so that's going to be interesting to see them show up on fall in the year 1, I assume. Custom weddings and marriageable NPCs. Okay, so then there are some marriageable NPCs. I don't know what maybe the 10 to 14 heart events, maybe that's toggleable, and if you want to have platonic events for them, then you can, and I guess by default they are not platonic. So let's see, where are we at? Added 3 types of tea that you can purchase from Jesse, one of which you can brew yourself. See, this is why I have to catch their store, because I just want to see all the things they have. Tweak some events to make them activate easier. Added compatibility with DNMT to avoid defining pronouns in the config. Redid all maps using HXW style sheets instead of Daisy Nico's and removed Daisy Nico as a dependency, plus bug fixes. So, as you guys can see, there's been just a lot of changes. I'd like to see this as like a e-Scarp, but it's got a whole new facelift. And I don't know, I'm just very, very excited to see what all the changes are going to look like, and just everything that's changed when I dive into it more. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start discussing the add-ons that still exist for e-Scarp. So I think that the current e-Scarp is more than enough. As I said earlier, it's more than enough content after this new update. But this is for those of us that just want all of it. So I'm that type of girl that, like, when I order a baked potato, I want the sour cream, the bacon, the chives, the butter. I want the black pepper. I want all of it. So I'm kind of the same way with my mods. I want it all. I want it all. So the first mod I'm gonna go over is about, this is the Bear Family by Madigo of Blank. I don't know. I probably totally butchered that. So the Bear Family is living their lives in East Scarp, and it consists of the NPCs Sandra, Sake, Gunner, and Gudrun. The Bear Family also comes with another character named Taryn Barnes, who is best friends with Sigbear. And I really like this mod because of how in-depth the characters are, as well as just the new maps that it adds, the quests, and there's a lot of events. Like, there's a lot of events with this, and there's a bunch of new recipes and just a bunch of new items that come with this add-on. I think I've been playing with the Bear Family in my recent save only. I haven't played with it prior to my, not this current save, but my main save, the one with Shawana. This is the first time that I've actually tried it. I don't think it's a very old mod, so that's probably why. And I don't know, having this mod in my game along with Scarp, it feels super embedded into Scarp, in my opinion. It's like fun and it's campy, and it just comes with a ton of different events for each character. I feel like each character was just really well written. So I'm definitely going to be adding this back into my Scarp playthrough. And so the next one I want to go over is called Metalcore Goes Cottagecore. And this is a mod created by Otter Squeaks. So this mod covers the life of an NPC named Cambria Lillian Castlegrove, as well as her rooster Orchid and her dog Jupiter. So when installed, she resides on the Laura's Cove map of East Scarp. I do very much like this add-on mod though, but I gotta admit that I haven't really delved into it very much in my main save. Not as much as I could have. So I think a primary goal of mine in this new playthrough is to properly befriend Cambria this time, and just to see all of the content and the events that come with her. And again, I think this is a relatively new add-on mod that came out earlier this year. So that may be why I haven't properly delved into the content much for this one. But I plan to in this new save. So the next add-on is probably one of my favorite ones for East Scarp, and it's called Sword and Sorcery by Destiny Nova. And it's a high fantasy themed add-on that adds a bunch of new characters, items, locations, events, and just a bunch of cool stuff. I feel like Sword and Sorcery is quite literally big enough to be a standalone mod on its own. I sometimes forget while I'm playing with it that it is an add-on, and I only remember that it's an add-on because it requires East Scarp. So if I try to install it into another of my saves, it's not going to work. So keep that in mind. None of these add-ons will work without East Scarp. But in my personal opinion, Sword and Sorcery actually feels like a standalone. And I feel like it probably will be a standalone in the future, actually. It's just so content rich, and it just has really enhanced my main save in so many ways. Even though I haven't been able to do everything in it, I've only unlocked like maybe three different NPCs so far, and I know there's a lot more of that. And I think I'll finally be able to take my time with it in this new save, because my new save only has about a third of the mods that my main one has. I think that's why I sometimes feel overwhelmed and just not able to keep up with all of my mods, keep up with everything. So I feel like I'm not really getting carried away with the mods in this save, and it's kind of an advantage. But if you have East Scarp in your game at the moment and are looking for a pretty big add-on for it that has loads of content and NPCs, like really good NPCs, really well-written NPCs, and you like the fantasy aspect of things, then Sword and Sorcery is honestly where it is, in my opinion. And actually, because I mentioned that it's probably going to be a standalone in the future, I know that there's a remixed version in the works, and I'm totally going to start a brand new save whenever that does come out, because that's going to be just completely rewritten from my understanding. So I do believe it's going to be a standalone mod. It's going to be separate from Scarp. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read. I think the entire remix version is just, it's going to be totally rewritten, totally brand new, just nothing at all like the current Sword and Sorcery. So that's going to be really interesting to see. So next I'm going to talk about an add-on that to this day still blows me away in so many ways. And that's the Eli and Dylan mod by Tenebrous Nova. It's about two brothers. One is into cryptology and the other is a marine biologist. And this add-on comes with a bunch of new content, a lot of prop seeds. I remember growing a lot of new stuff, a bunch of items, really detailed events, really long detailed events. So if that's your thing, this add-on has it. And there's a bunch of new locations in it too. And I really enjoy the harebrained fun that these two NPCs get up to, and just some of the visuals in the add-on are just, they're so impressive. Like, they look and they feel vanilla a lot of the time. I can really tell that Tenebrous Nova worked super hard and put their heart and soul into this mod, and I'm thankful for that. So without revealing too many spoilers, can we just appreciate this for a second? Can we just look at the detail, look at the artistry. Can we just say that this person really worked their tush off to do this? Just look at this. They did their big one with this mod, and it just shows. This is another one of those add-ons that just feels like it could be an entirely separate thing. But I'm actually very glad that it isn't, because Eli and Dylan really bring something special to Scarp in my opinion. So this is one of the first add-ons that came to mind when I decided to do the brand new Scarp playthrough. That's how much I love it. That is honestly how much I love it. So again, if you're looking for content-rich add-ons for Scarp, I'm giving this one my own personal stamp of approval. Go download it. Try it out. It's good. It's really good. Okay, now the Scarp add-on known as Nora The Herpetologist by Bagriella, I'm sorry if I'm butchering some of these names up, has been a bit of a staple for me with pretty much all of my saves. And it adds a witty herpetologist named Nora Chambers, and so she lives with the NPC Victoria, I believe. She lives in Victoria's house. Now, even though I haven't seen all of this NPC's events or her storyline in any of my saves, I do plan on at least making an effort to do so in this new, much less modded save. I don't think I've ever seen her pets or anything. I know she has them, but I've never seen them. She's always, when you talk to her, she's always talking about them. But I know that's horrible. I've never seen her pets. Raving. I know they're probably in her house somewhere, but I can count on one hand how many times my farmer Shawana has been into her house. So this mod doesn't really add any new crops or areas or anything. Like it doesn't really add much. It adds just Nora herself. But I think that she has a very witty personality, and I don't know, like a lot of the stuff that this NPC says just cracks me up big time. So if you're not looking for a super heavy gameplay add-on for your Scarp playthrough, then you don't want a bunch of items and you don't want a bunch of new locations, and you just want a nice new NPC to play with, then this is a good one. I believe she's not marriageable. She is romanceable, but I don't think you can marry her based on what I've read. So this next NPC is absolutely adorable, and he comes from the mod Lurking in the Dark by 7th Axis. This adds a shadow NPC named Sen, who comes to Pelican Town from the mines, and he's extremely curious about everything. So this guy is obviously a friendly shadow person, kind of like Krobus, but he doesn't know a lot about humans and how they live in the world. And again, Lurking in the Dark is required downloading in this house. I'm still going through his story in my main save, and to my understanding, the mod is still incomplete. No, I know it's incomplete. There's another version of Lurking in the Dark in the Scarp Discord. It's currently in alpha testing though. So I believe that one contains even more content and items and just more characters too, I think. But I'll probably go over that and the Scarp Discord closer towards the end of this video. But yeah, definitely give this one a try, especially if you want to see Sen and Krobus and their cute interactions. So Creative Differences by the French Dodo is another one of those add-on mods that I just had sitting in my main saves mod folder. This mod adds the NPC Rodney O'Brien, and I think he's like an award-winning author, and he loves to rub that fact into everyone's face every time. And I think he's just absolutely funny, and he's catty and hilarious and super petty. And I really do want to have a better friendship with him in this new series. I always very much enjoy Rodney's banter and his events in the game because he has the worst crash outs and it's just hilarious. I think his personality is what makes him a winner in my eyes. Also kind of like lurking in the dark. There's a alpha test version of this mod as well in the Discord. And I think it adds more characters and stuff. But again, it's an alpha, so it's still being tested. I don't know too much about it, but yeah. So I think these last two mods I want to go over. I intend to add these two, but just judging by their mod pages, they look like they're outdated. I'm pretty sure they're outdated. I know one of them has an unofficial update, which I might look into. I don't know. I don't really like trying unofficial updated things. Like I don't like doing the whole cracked update, you know. But I did hear through the grapevine that there is an unofficial update to the Lavril mod. And also I didn't even say what the mods were, but it's the Lavril and the Fievel Goes Scarp mod. And I played with both of these years ago and I love them both. So I was kind of crushed that neither of them have updated since last year, like early last year. So I currently do not have these, not in my main save and not in my new save. I might check out the Lavril one, but I don't know. I think with just how things have changed in Scarp 3.0, I honestly don't even know if some of these are going to work properly because of mapping issues and just, you know, things like that. Like Lavril, I believe she lives in that cherry orchard house, and that whole thing has changed. Like there's like a Junimo hut in it now. I don't even know if that's gonna work even with the cracked version. But pretty much the Lavril mod by Arkner27. It's an NPC based on Lavril from King's Raid, and I actually have played through her entire storyline in, like I said, my save from years ago, and I really enjoyed it. So I kind of am hoping that it either updates or that, you know, maybe I'll try out this unofficial one. I don't know. I don't recommend it, but, you know, it's out there. And Fievel Goes Scarp mod by Desti Nova is obviously about the character Fievel from American Tail and Fievel Goes West, except he finds a new home in Scarp. Again, these mods, they exist. Fievel is broken, Lavril is broken, but has an unofficial update. And I don't know, I may just put them both in my game just to see if they actually work. I don't know. But let's just pray for an update in the near future. And lastly, I just want to mention that there's actually a ton of other Scarp NPCs and content out there, but they are in alpha testing right now and can only be accessed through the Scarp Discord. So if you're interested in trying out some not yet released mods that are still being tested, then you know, some up and coming mods, and you want to just, you know, enjoy some new content that isn't yet available to the public, then definitely check those out in the Scarp Discord, which you could actually find a link to that in the Scarp mod page itself. Just scroll down to the bottom and it's right there. And when I tell you there are a lot of alpha NPCs that have been in the works for a really long time, I mean it. Definitely go there if you're interested in checking them out. And I think that's all I have for this video. So for anyone who's interested in downloading and adding Scarp to their current save, I hope they found this video useful. Again, this is kind of like a checklist for me, but it's also a checklist for you, especially if you're not aware of some of these. If you haven't tried some of these, you're not sure if you like them, or what it contains. But yeah, I hope that you found something that you like here and that you want to try out. And I did hear that there's going to be another Scarp update coming pretty soon, which I find super exciting. I'm not really sure what all is going to be in there, but I did hear from someone in the comments, as well as I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere on Reddit as well recently. But my Scarp series is going to be happening very soon. I'll probably have the first episode up next week. I'll probably have the next episode up next Saturday. But it's probably not going to be every single Saturday because, some Saturdays I want to try out new mods. I don't think there are any new major mods for me to try out at this moment. I probably will do like a mod tryout for that new cornucopia cooking mod though, because that's I didn't even know that was a thing until someone on this channel, I'll put their name up, but they tipped me off to it. I didn't even know that was going to be a thing, but that is so exciting. But I did do, I did put my detective cap on, and I did do some looking around in Discords and stuff, and yeah, that is going to be coming within days. So I don't know, maybe by the time I release this video, it might be out, but I do want to make a video about that, because I've been waiting to use all of my cornucopia stuff for something, because I kind of just make a bunch of stuff and leave it in chests. Like, I literally have hundreds of coconut butters and avocado mayos and everything, just sitting around. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. So this definitely won't be every Saturday. Also, alternatively, I was thinking of having a third weekly time slot in the future, but at the moment, I don't think that's possible. But, if the time permits, if something happens and my schedule frees up somehow, which I don't see it, then maybe I will have like a third time slot in the week. Again, I'm not promising anything because at the moment I can't do it, but we'll see. So in the meantime, I'll probably be releasing an Scarp Let's Play once every couple weeks, But if you've watched this video up to this point, then thank you so much for watching. I think that's really all I have to say. I know I got a little bit rambly there, but I think this is it. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're not subbed already. And until next time, you guys.